Oh man, it's everything, because and that's why week to week and not by no means perfect. There's obviously a ton we need to clean up from last week, but the respect I have for these kids and the work they put in to achieve what they have been doing on game day is so cool to see because I just think it also teaches them so much. Like I've told you guys about life, where okay, not that everything's gonna be perfect, but if you work your tail off consistently, at some point you're going to reap the reward that you want. Doesn't mean it's going to be perfect all the time, but you're going to continually grow and improve as a football player, as a man, whatever it might be. And so seeing these guys do that consistently, not just, all right, it's the first game, we're going to do it now, but obviously this late in the season, continue to do it at a consistent rate, and understanding that to play confident and fast and violent the way we want to play as a defense, you have to prep. And with that comes time. It takes saying no to a lot of other things. And we talk with our guys a lot about, okay, pain of discipline versus pain of regret. Like, yeah, it takes a little bit to go to sleep at this time and wake up at this time, but make that decision so you don't feel the way we felt after losing some of these games or not playing the way you want to personally or us as a defense wants to. But seeing how our guys, I mean, they're up here now. They understand what it takes to play really good defense and the time it takes. And so just seeing them be able to ID these formations and prep the right way and have them make these plays in huge moments just does my heart a lot of joy because I just adore these kids, and I know not only obviously it helps our team, I know it's going to help them a ton of life.
Is Scott almost just, in a way, a quarterback who would read a defense and audible? Is that what he's doing at the line of scrimmage?
No, I mean, the biggest thing is, and I've said this before, Scott Matlock is one of the brightest football players I've ever been around. That's who he is. Once again, comes from his prep and how much he studies film, alignments, I mean, all those things, which he doesn't just go out there and guess. Like, he knows via film study, via what's happening, okay, what is coming, and he does a really good job with it. And he helps our defense, and he obviously outside of him, then there's the other guys. Okay, what formations are we getting? Okay, obviously you're not going to be perfect all the time, but everybody has a DNA as an offense. Okay, this is what we want to do when we're in these sets. This is what we want to do when we're on this spot in the field. That's just how it is. And obviously they can adjust week to week. They can run whatever plays they want, but we try and make sure our guys have a good understanding of more times than not, this is what you're getting from this set, this area of the field. And then, but hats off to our players. I mean, they're the ones in there watching the film that in the biggest moments, they don't let the moment take over. They know from an alignment, from a formation, there's a good chance this is coming. And then set hike, yep, here it is. And then they're the one that go out there and makes the play. And so I'm just extremely proud of our guys because, once again, fellas, it is the work they put in. And that's where it chokes me up talking about this group because I see them all the time up there grinding. When the easy decision would be, you know what, I'm going to take it easy, this is this. Like, they don't do that. They work their tail off. We had a practice today. We went out there and got after it. It matters to them. And we're banged up. We got some guys out. Some guys stepped up. They're still working. They're still grinding. Even our guys that are out aren't playing that are some of our leaders. They're grabbing the younger guys in there to watch the film and make sure the standard stays the same. And so just the respect I have for this group. Obviously, a lot of things from this game we got to clean up, some explosive runs that can't happen. But just proud of how our guys are prepping to keep growing.
Speaking of making a play, I mean, what does this say about JL even being in position to make those two big interceptions?
It was huge for our defense, huge for our team. And he's been those techniques that he had in those critical moments, obviously the ones that we know about, those two big interceptions. He's been working on that technique for this whole season. He's been in that position this whole season. Now, the ball wasn't maybe thrown to that spot, but he's been working that technique consistently, training his eyes. Okay, what's my progression in this technique? And then in one of the biggest moments of our season, it shows up. And so it's just, once again, very proud of him just to consistently working on that specific technique. And maybe the pick didn't come 2-3 weeks ago, but it came in the biggest moment because he got used to training that exact technique, and then his eyes, and he made the play when it came to him. So just proud of the work he put in, training that technique, training his eyes to where then in the biggest moment he can make that play.
With Friday being senior day, and I know you have the championship game at home, but you got a lot of seniors on this defense.
Yeah.
Sixth-year guys, other guys that probably aren't back next year.
Oh, yeah.
The defense is going to look a lot different next year.
Oh, yeah.
What can you say, I guess, about the seniors on your group and obviously what they've brought to the program?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an emotional day for me. It'll be emotional as this season comes to a close, these last games with the bowl game, all that. But just because of how much this senior group has done for this place, for this defense, and what they mean to me personally, what they mean to this university, this is the respect I have for them, the love I have for these guys as young men and how they're going to impact people's lives in the future. If it's the NFL, if it's just life after football, I cannot say enough about this senior group and what they've done for this team. And that's why it's going to be emotional for me. It's going to be emotional for them. And obviously, as this thing comes to a close, that's the biggest motivation for us as a staff and for the younger guys that are coming back is we are going to finish this the right way for that group because the amount of work they put in, the tough times they've been through, going through COVID, going through all these different things, and they stayed the course. They stayed resilient. We talk about all the time, stay in the fight. It's not always going to be perfect on defense. Stay in the fight. Keep swinging. And it's no different. And they've done that as a group, and that's bred into the mentality of this defense. And so, I could talk on and on about that, BJ, but it's going to be emotional because of how much our staff just adores these kids and the amount of work they've put in to continue to grow the standard of this defense. It's going to be emotional for me and the amount of respect I have for these guys. But I firmly believe that the best is yet to come for these young men. And I tell them that, we want to make sure that your best years are in front of you. That's our job as coaches. That's our job as this place, is to make sure that you love your time here, you grow, but the best is still to come for you in life. In football and whatever God has. So it'll be emotional. It'll be because of the amount of respect and love we have for these guys. And obviously what they've done on the football field is I got a ton of respect for as well.
You mentioned, obviously, how important winning on senior day is, but you also said, there's a lot of guys on your defense who are banged up and, there's a bigger goal out there. How do you, balance wanting to win on Friday, but also maybe, hey, let's keep some guys healthy and make sure they're ready to go in 2 weeks?
Yeah, to be honest with you guys, we are 100% locked in on Utah State. That's the only game that matters. When we're after our game on Friday, we'll prepare for the next one coming up. But right now, from our game plan for who we are 100% focused on Utah State.
I know you haven't really been on your position room, but a guy like Tyreek Jones, he's been here, I think, as long as you have.
Yes.
Any cool stories about Tyreek or
Oh.
what he brings to the locker room each day?
Oh, man. Tyreek Jones, Zeke Noah, some of these guys that have been here 6 years, we came in. I was here a semester longer than some of these guys. And once again, I could be here all day saying some stories about Tyreek Jones, but using him, for example, him as a football player, him as a leader, seeing him grow in his time here, it's awesome to see. He is a guy that can get in front of a room, lead a room in football, in a speech, in life. He can motivate a group of young men. He can also be that guy that can bring a ton of joy to whatever situation you're in. He's a guy that, I take him to lunch at Chick-fil-A, and he is the most intricate sauce creator you'll ever see. He does something with these Chick-fil-A packets where he I rip it open and I'm going freaking double Chick-fil-A sauce. But he's a very intricate guy, and he's an awesome kid to be around, man. And over the summertime, we'll go to church together, seeing him. He's a phenomenal young man with stories through the roof from, when he had no hair and now he's got long. And there's just all these different things for these kids, these moments you have with them. And the thought of it coming to a close, I can't talk right now about that because it's just the love and care I have for these kids. Tyreek Jones just being one. I'm going to miss him. That's why I tell my guys, I'm going to miss you. And I'm so thankful for the moments I had with them. But I'm going to miss them. And I tell them every time, guys, you got a little piece of my heart I can't get back because of the respect and what you gave to this program, what you gave to me, and what I learned from you. And so, it's, once again, guys, it's going to be an emotional day and just in general for these kids because I love them dearly, and they deserve every bit of it.
Andy was talking about the crazy last 2 minutes of that Wyoming game. He said on the headset it could have been like a reality show. What was that like for you, just the ups and downs of those couple plays?
Yeah, it's definitely the craziest ending to a game I think I've been in, definitely in a while, but probably maybe ever. It's just one of those endings that you just that's why people love watching college football. You never know what's going to happen. But it was as crazy as it was in the moment. JL gets the interception. Our offense goes back out there. They fumble. We got to go back on the field. JL gets the second interception. It was crazy in that moment, no question. But just proud of our staff, Coach Av, our guys just, all right, here we go. And the biggest thing what is cool to see our defense, when Taylon Green made the tackle, just hearing our guys from the headset on the sideline yelling at Taylon, just give us a shot. Get him down. If you just get him down, give us one more shot to go back out there. And that is something that we've been breeding into our defense. Like we talk about red zone defense, 3 or nothing. Defensively stay in the fight because stuff's going to go wrong. Stuff's not going to go the way you want to, but you got to keep swinging and stay in the fight. And so once then they go out on the field, JL makes that interception. They ID the set. He makes a great play. The defense lines up correctly. After the game, seeing our guys talk about staying in the fight and, Coach, you're never out of it. Keep swinging. Once again, just gives me a ton of joy because that is going to help you. No doubt as a defense, but golly, that's going to help you in life still now. Because if you're never out of it, you always get that feeling like, man, I'm down right now. But if I keep swinging, at some point, this is going to work. This is going to work. And just having them in the biggest moment of the season to this point, something didn't go wrong. It was like their first reaction was just give us a shot. Get him down, Talon. Talon got him down, and they went out there and executed and made the play in the biggest moment. So that brought me just a ton of joy because it's just how much we've been training and working on their response to keep swinging and stay in the fight, and seeing them do that was awesome to see. Oh, yeah, I gave him a big ol'. It was a great tackle, too. I was like, Talon, if you ever want a couple reps, come on over, bud. We'll find an extra package for you. But it was, I mean, those games in those close moments can go either way. It doesn't make the tackle or whatever. But he got him down. Like that's a great way to see a team win a game because hopefully you don't fumble that ball in that situation. But it happened. Okay, now what? That's always like, now what? Yeah, you should have got that pick, but you dropped it. Now what? Block punt. Now what? Like that's how you live, especially on defense. And so it's when our guys are yelling, get him down, Talon, and Talon makes a great tackle, and then them making that play in the biggest moment after the game saying, Coach, you're never out of it. Stay in the fight. Keep swinging. It's like just so excited for them to feel that, what it feels like to never feel like you're out. Keep swinging no matter what. And it just gave me a lot of joy, man. Gave me a lot of joy.
About Utah State's offense, specifically quarterback Cooper, the guy.
Offensively, they're one of the most explosive offenses in our conference. They use the width of the field. They also use tempo. They've got a lot of different ways to attack a defense. They can go at mock speed, tempo, then they can slow it down. They can check with me. They've got the wideouts. They've got the receivers. Then they've got a good group of tight ends to where they can also get you in and out of different personnels. And Legato does a good job. I mean, can run wherever he wants to, can get out and go, but he also can make the throws. I mean, he has a couple big-time throws against San Jose State and throughout the time when he's been playing. And from a structure standpoint, they put you in a lot of stress because of the amount of width they're using with the splits of the receivers. I mean, you will see these guys on Friday morning where they'll have one receiver on the sideline over here and one receiver on the sideline over there, and they're counting on stressing you horizontally. And then obviously they do a great job running the rock. I mean, they'll throw it and they do a great job with the pass game. But I mean, they're moving the ball and they do it really well, especially off of tempo, having to ID these sets and some of these schemes they're attacking you with. So we definitely got our hands full. Our guys are excited for the opportunity, especially on a short week. But they put you in a lot of stressful situations. And then they have the athletes that even if you got everything covered up, you got to now make that tackle on that guy, or you got to cover him one-on-one, and that's a stressful situation to be in.
I feel like this might be a loaded question for you. Dirk's got to come down here in a few minutes, but what are you thankful for? Maybe you can pick a couple things.
Oh, man. You guys got a couple hours? No, I mean, and it's a great question, Jay. I mean, obviously, the big things for me always comes down to my family, my faith. I'm so thankful for my family. I got 2 little girls at home. My wife is a rock star, Rachel. If you ever see her, give her a big hug because she puts up with me all the time. But I mean this, and I think I say it every time we have Thanksgiving here. But I'm so thankful to be a part of this place with these kids. And I tell the linebackers, I tell the defense, because that's obviously who I'm around the most in regards to meetings, that this is one of my favorite groups I've ever been around. And being able to see them every day and being able to be a part of their lives and hopefully have an impact on their lives, I'm so thankful to the good Lord for that opportunity. And I do not take it lightly, and I'm just so thankful to the Lord that I'm able to speak into their lives, and honestly, them speak into my life, because they help me probably even more than I even help them, and being around them is the main place. And then honestly, just being able to be in a place, once again, I know this sounds like I'm just giving like the Boise State speech, but me and my wife love living in Boise, Idaho, and just so thankful for this place, the years we've been here now, 6 years, which is crazy. They've opened their arms to us from Jump Street when they didn't have to. And we don't take that lightly. We love this place, love this community, and this group of kids we're able to coach and blessed to coach. I'm just extremely thankful for those moments.